do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
Hi friends, this is your Arun from Rare Eye Travelers. Let me actually introduce to you guys about my new restoration that I've done for a 1969 ex-army Royal Enfield bullet. So first to begin with, let me inform you all that I actually got this bullet on auction for as low as just 3,000 rupees. And yeah, I have spent a huge time on it, and my energy, time, everything has been spent over it, and I had to restore this to its original shape, right? So yeah, so it took me close to about 3 months for me to get everything done, which includes the paperworks, which includes the paint removal, sourcing new components for it, and connecting with a lot of painters, mechanic, and also getting all the required parts for it. So as you can see, what I've done is I have first tried to go ahead and dismantle each and every part, and I had to dip them into a huge drum to make sure all the paint, the old paint that was on it, to be completely removed off. And you can also see the guys who are actually putting their effort to remove it and help me out with the same. So this removal of painting and doing all the needful and necessary adjustments and tuning and setting it up, I would say thanks to the painter, and post after that, it I had to actually wait for the mechanic's appointment to go ahead and get this done. So it took me approximately, like I mentioned, about 3 months to get a complete restoration done with each and every spare parts for it required. And it's an amazing thing, so I would request you guys to go ahead and check out on the complete video. And at last, I also spent approximately, I think close to, not approximately, I would say I spent about 1 lakh and about 30,000, 130, which includes each and every thing, which is your white wall, new tires, front shock absorber, and bore kit. Of course, it's a 5 ring bore kit, and 500 cc clutch assembly, which is again a 5 plate again. And yeah, and I also would like to go ahead and thank the stickering guys who actually took their time to get everything done very neatly. And then they handed over the raw materials back to me, and then I had to again take it back to my painter to make sure a lacquer coating has been coated. And once that was done, and with the help of Amjad, who's the mechanic who actually came home, and he was the one who helped me out in assembling everything. So I was helping him out, and we actually sat and we got this complete assembling done. And it took us about 3 days to do a complete overall. And then we took it on a ride till Electronic City from MG Road. Yeah, the bike was good, and even now I love that the way that I had spent my time and effort to do this. And guys, I also want to tell you all that you can see the spare parts and everything that I had actually got it done. So I've also posted about the head, the bore, the spares, all the required parts. Also, you can go ahead and see, which includes your Delco's assembly, both the wheel assemblies, again cycle hub. I think I had actually got a 14 kilo crankset done for it through the lathe, the new bore system, like I mentioned. Post after that, yeah, the clutch cable assembly, the entire new set of gearbox, tail lamp was from Lucas. Most of the things that I would say is all original is what I tried to source. And yeah, a few brass items also I've done, and all this ignition coil from Lucas ignition coil. And you can see my entire hall room is filled with all the spares that was presented at that time to assemble a whole. The motorcycle was just done, everything was set. So it was like the whole difficult part was putting up this white wall. It actually took me a really long time, because to understand how it actually fits. And thanks to this guy who helped me out in setting it up. So yeah, so that way it was a good thing that we were able to go ahead and do it. And you also will be able to see those pictures where I've been sitting and working on it, and as well as our mechanic Amjad, who came home and who helped me out in fitting most of the components, and then we had to fit back the engine. And it was a tiring time, but yeah, I loved what I was doing. So like I mentioned, it is once in a lifetime that some anybody who has to do it, they have to do it, who has passion towards automobiles, and they want to go ahead and assemble the vehicle. I would say, yeah, just try doing it, and you can see the way it was just getting done day by day. And on the third day, when it was all set after the electrical switches and setting it up, it was amazing to ride the bullet on the streets, and people were like amazed that I spent that time. And it was not all about just the money, it was about the time that I had given to it. Made happiness. I would say, you can't get that kind of happiness when you actually sit and build your own motorcycle at your house, than just going up to some garage and say, you do it and you don't even take care of it. So yeah, so I would just request you guys to go ahead and let me know or give your feedbacks about it, how it was and about the video. And also I would want you all to give me an encouragement and tell me if I can go ahead and post more videos on motorcycles also, apart from my other adventurous things that I keep doing regularly. All right, so I would request everybody to subscribe, like, and share for my video. And yeah, we'll connect on my next video, guys. Thanks for subscribing to Rare Eye Travelers. This is your Arun once again. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye there.